Hi, everyone, and welcome to our breakout session on Fulfillment 360. Today, we'll cover all of the new and exciting upcoming launches for sellers doing Fulfilled by Merchant. My name is D'Angelo Wisdom, and I lead product development for many of the capabilities that sellers like you use to configure and fulfill deliveries.
And my name is Jorge Escalante, and I lead our product marketing team. Our job is to make it easier for you to understand all of the different solutions that are available to your business and how they can help contribute to making them grow. So today, D'Angelo mentioned, we're going to do a 360-degree overview. We'll talk about what that means. We're going to dive into each step of your seller journey, starting with your selling operations, then going on to your fulfillment operations, and then concluding with your post-order operations. The idea is for you to know about all the things that are launched recently or coming up soon that can help your business. All right, let's get started. We're here because FBM sellers continue to rise and continue to grow. We have seen year over year continued growth in sellers doing FBM. And that means sellers joining that are for the first time deciding to do FBM. That means sellers deciding to do a hybrid model where you're doing some FBA and some FBM. That's totally great. And we've also seen sellers that tell us, you know what, I'm not just selling on Amazon, I'm selling on other stores too, and I want to learn how to succeed across these. So we're here to help irrespective of where you decide to sell. But as we talk about FBM, there's a lot of stuff on FBA out there. There's a steep learning curve for FBM. And so that's why we're here to help. But we want, just if you can raise your hand, it's a safe space, if you have ever felt that you struggle to stay in the loop with all the things that are coming up for Fulfilled by Merchant sellers. See some hands raising? Yep. All right, keep your hands up or raise them if you find it complex to understand some of the solutions that we have and how they operate. See some hands? All right. We have our work cut out for us. And that's why we're here to talk about all of these different solutions from your end-to-end journey. And what do I mean by that? As I mentioned, we're going to start with your selling operations and the different jobs you have to do at that stage about listing products. Then we're going to go to your fulfillment operations and talk about how to configure your settings in the most accurate way possible to help you sell more. We're going to talk a little bit about what are the different solutions available for you to fulfill orders and to save cost while you're doing so. And then go into your account performance to ensure that you keep a healthy account and you have peace of mind that you're not going to get into trouble. Lastly, we'll conclude with your post-order operations to talk about the new innovations in the return space. All right, let's kick it off and let's dive into your selling operations. Some of you may be familiar with Vico. We actually launched it as an Amazon company 2 years ago here at Accelerate. Vico, if you're not familiar with it, is our order and inventory management tool that works across all of the stores you sell in. So if you're selling on Amazon, Etsy, eBay, Walmart, or any other store, you can manage all of your orders in one single place. Additionally, you can purchase shipping labels from major carriers like UPS, FedEx, DHL, USPS, and many more. Now, we have negotiated rates on your behalf so that you don't have to do that. We have the lowest rates in the industry, and you can earn 5% cash back. What does that mean? Think about it, when you're flying, you're earning miles. This is kind of the same. The more you're shipping, the more you're earning back. Now, if you haven't checked out the Vico booth, I really encourage you guys to do that before you jump on your flight back home. Why? Because they're offering special promotions for their Vico credits at Accelerate exclusively. So if you haven't gone to their booth, I highly recommend you to go check it out. Additionally, and sellers tell us they really love this, it's free to use. So no monthly costs, no subscriptions as you pay for the more you go. It's just free to use for the order and inventory management. Now, I'm excited because Vico is going to do more. Why? Because managing multiple stores isn't just about orders and inventory. It also encompasses listings. And so coming soon, towards the end of this year, we're launching the multi-channel listing tool, where in one place you'll be able to upload your images, manage your content, set product content and rates, and more importantly, it'll check that you're complying with all of the different store requirements. So this Vico multi-channel listing tool, at first is going to start with Shopify, Walmart, eBay, and Amazon, and then we'll add more channels as we go. And this is how it works. You'll be able to filter very easily for any of these stores what you're selling there currently. And that way, you can decide what are the products that you want to replicate to these other stores. So the next step will be for you to either replicate or create a new listing. It's pretty straightforward. It's just one click. Then you can see all of the variations of products you have. And you can decide if you want to copy all of them over to another store, or select the ones that you want to copy and start small. It's totally up to you, and it's just a handful of clicks. Everything will replicate across these stores. Once you do that, you'll indicate which store you want to copy your listings to. And it's incredibly easy, saving you tons of time to manage this on every single store. You'll be able to see the progress for these uploads on every single channel. As you fill in the content, it will tell you, for example, Walmart, 80% done. It'll tell you if you fill in the required or recommended fields. So you'll have an indicator if you're ready to go. Now, you'll fill it once, and then you'll be able to apply it everywhere else. So you don't have to go channel by channel doing this. You just put it in the one time, and then it'll replicate. Now, the part I think is particularly important is it will allow you to fix issues early. So if there's a problem on a given store, maybe there's a word you're not allowed, maybe it's you've exceeded the text for that particular store, it'll flag it early. It will then tell you, hey, you have a rejection for a listing. It'll indicate to you what that error was, and it'll allow you to correct it. For example, maybe the word credit card isn't allowed on a particular store. It'll highlight it, and so for that particular store, you can adjust, remove that word, or whatever other field has been flagged as a problem. And with one click, you'll be able to list it again in that multiple stores and not have to worry. So this will dramatically make it simpler to manage all of your listings in one place. So if you're interested in Veeco, for the order and inventory management functionalities, you can get started. That's been around for a few years now. Again, I encourage you to talk to the team downstairs and get extra promotion on Veeco credits. If you're interested in the multi-channel listing, that is a beta program that's going to be open in December. You'll be able to go down their booth and ask about this beta program and get yourself on the early list to get started with that. Additionally, coming in 2026, we're making even more enhancements to the multi-channel listing tool. You have AI functionalities to improve the quality of your content, and as I mentioned, add additional stores where you'll be able to replicate your listings. All right, I'm going to pivot from your selling operations to your fulfillment operations. We've been working on a series of tools to help you set accurate delivery dates for you, so you don't have to worry about it. And why does accurate delivery dates matter? Well, because accurate delivery dates are faster, and customers love faster shipping. So much so that every single day that you're able to reduce your delivery promises is going to lead on average to 5% more sales. And that makes sense, even more so during holiday season right now. If I need something by, let's say, Halloween, or I need it by Thanksgiving dinner, every single day counts. And that's across the year. So 5% on average more sales for every day you're able to reduce. Now, here's the good news. When people typically think, oh, okay, you're asking me to ship faster. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is you can get faster delivery dates simply by setting them more accurately. Why? Because what we've seen is that sellers configure delivery dates on Amazon are 4 days longer than they're actually taking. And for out-of-country shipments, it's 11 days longer. So imagine if you use some of our tools, we'll help reduce that overestimation. So I'm going to turn it over to D'Angelo, who's going to walk you through some of the upgrades we've made to some of the tools that have been available that will help you set more accurate delivery dates.
All great points, Jorge, which is why after receiving your feedback last year, it was clear that we needed to make upgrades across 4 key areas: fulfillment operations, seller experience, Amazon Buy Shipping, and returns. Let's start with the upgrades that we've made to Amazon transit times. As you know, Amazon's automated transit times considers your customer's location as well as your closest warehouse. We've since made our models much smarter to ignore locations that have become inactive for a specific SKU. So what that means is if you're selling from multiple locations, we won't consider that location that you no longer ship a SKU from when calculating your promised delivery dates. Next, we've upgraded our logic to identify your preferred ship method from last used ship method to most used ship method. So what does that mean for you? Let's say you're shipping an iPhone from Seattle to San Diego, and most of the time you use UPS Ground. Now you have to ship that iPhone much faster in a one-off shipping scenario, and you use UPS second-day air. Under our old logic, what we would do is we would consider this new ship method as the ship method that you would most likely prefer for your next shipment. Instead, we'll fall back to UPS Ground, which in that scenario is the ship method that you would most typically use. Next, we've increased our carrier coverage, so we're able to now calculate transit times for more ship methods and lanes. And last but not least, we will include the ability for us to adjust transit times based on weather events to adjust transit times to reflect real-world carrier capabilities. Now, with all of these upgrades to Amazon's automated transit times, we've seen that automated transit times are 30% more accurate and 1.7 days faster than manually set transit times. So as Jorge mentioned earlier, 1 day faster equals 5% more sales. Now you're looking at almost 10% more sales by using Amazon's automated transit times. Next, we've launched multi-location inventory for all sellers in the US. The benefit of multi-location inventory is that customers see accurate delivery dates as well as faster delivery dates in addition to that. We're also able to promise from locations with higher confidence knowing that inventory is there, and that will reduce the risk of cancellations. Now, quick show of hands, how many of you currently use Seller Central? Great. If you're using Seller Central, all you have to do is navigate to the Manage All Inventory page where you can use this side panel to share inventory with us today. All right, quick show of hands, how many of you connect to us through API? Okay, quite a bit. So if you're using APIs, you can connect your inventory software to our APIs to share location level inventory that way. All right, so for my next group of people, how many of you use multi-channel integrators? 2, 3, okay, 7, good amount, more than I expected. Don't worry, we have you covered too. So we've launched multi-location inventory with the following multi-channel integrators with more to come in the future. I'll leave this up if you need to take a photo. All right. All right, so this next upgrade has been a long time coming. So previously, if you wanted to take some time off, or if you needed to shut down your store in case of an emergency, you had to put your store on vacation mode. The problem with vacation mode is that it takes down all of your listings, making it difficult for customers to find them. Our response to that is Seller Set Holidays, allowing you to configure non-operational days by extending your promised delivery dates, allowing you to take time away while still taking orders. Next, we've made some upgrades to Amazon Buy Shipping to include multiple carrier accounts. Amazon Buy Shipping, if you're not familiar, is a free tool that you can use to access out-of-the-box rates for major carriers while taking advantage of account protections for delivery-related issues. Now, previously, you could only connect one UPS account per location to Amazon Buy Shipping. But now that we've included the multi-carrier account feature, you can now connect all of your UPS accounts across multiple locations so you can bring your carrier negotiated rates while taking advantage of those account protections. Next up, we have our upgraded order reports. Now, this one is near and dear. So we've received quite a bit of feedback from sellers like you around how your promised delivery dates are being calculated. So what we've done is upgraded our order reports to give you transparency into how your promised delivery dates are being calculated. So whether you're shipping on your own or Amazon is managing your promised delivery dates in the back end, we'll give you that transparency into how those promised delivery dates are being calculated. All you have to do is navigate to Order Reports, select FBM Orders, click Add New Columns, and there you'll start to see some new columns that we've added, such as handling time and transit time. What we want to do is we want to continue to give you peace of mind that we're using your seller-provided inputs to calculate your promised delivery dates at all times. This report was brought about by quite a bit of feedback that we received from you, and we'd like to continue to partner with you to receive more feedback so that we can make this report helpful and more insightful in the future. Next, I'm going to hand it off to Jorge, who's going to talk about Amazon Easy Ship.
All right, so D'Angelo talked about a lot of features where you can go in and set everything specifically and you can really dive deep. I've talked to a lot of sellers over the last few weeks who've come down to our booth and they've asked us to pull up their computer and help them set it all up. But we're not around every day of the year, so it can get complicated. I've had another set of sellers who talk to me and tell me, can you guys just make this dramatically easier and simpler? And that's why we have Amazon Easy Ship. We are launching Amazon Easy Ship early next year. And Amazon Easy Ship is our bundled fulfillment solution that will help you from everything from order management to post-order management. So what does Amazon Easy Ship do? It simplifies your order fulfillment and allows for us to calculate delivery dates for you and to pick the most optimal carrier to deliver your products. So you don't have to worry about negotiating rates with carriers. You don't have to worry about picking the right carrier. And if we decide to upgrade you to a faster fulfillment method to deliver that product, typically sellers are worried about that because it's, hey, I have to pay more to ship faster. Here you don't. And why? Because as we set delivery dates for you, we pick the carrier that's most optimal to deliver, and we give you post-order customer service by Amazon. It's all bundled in to a fixed rate card. So upfront, it's very predictable. You know exactly how much you're going to pay, and we'll make sure to get the product as fast as possible to the customer. And all of this is wrapped with account health protection in case we get it wrong and there's a late delivery. So from the steps I talked about earlier about your seller journey, Amazon Easy Ship does everything from configuring those delivery dates for you, helping you schedule pickups with the carriers that we select from our partnered array of carriers that will show up at your doorstep at the time slot that you pick. It will give you account performance visibility and protection. And as I mentioned, it includes customer service by Amazon in the price already. So you don't have to worry about that. So we've launched Amazon Easy Ship already in 15 countries. And this was said on the big stage earlier, but it's delivered 30% faster deliveries compared to other fulfillment solutions. So again, that is because we're upgrading you to these faster ship methods, and additionally, we're setting delivery dates more accurately. And it's really easy to use. All you got to do is toggle and switch it on, input your delivery addresses just so we can validate that our set of partner carriers can pick up from your warehouse. And then for all of you using Seller Central, what you're going to see is a new tab called Amazon Easy Ship at the top. And instead of all the options that were there before, you're going to see Schedule Pickup. Once you click Schedule Pickup, you'll be able to input your product details, weights, and dimensions. That's how we're going to decide based off of the rate card which tier you're paying. And you only got to do this once for each product. We'll remember over time, so it's just a first-time setup. And then, as I mentioned, it's really easy. There's a drop-down menu to select a pickup slot. Select that, and then the carrier is going to show up at your doorstep. All you have to do is pick, pack, and then hand it over to the carrier for that pickup slot. If you're using APIs or you're using multi-channel integrators, Amazon Easy Ship will plug into those tools too, so you don't have to worry if you're not using Seller Central. So if you're interested in these solutions that D'Angelo and I just mentioned, the upgrades to the fulfillment settings, those are already live. We're already calculating delivery dates more accurately for you if you've enabled shipping settings automation or automated handling time. If you want to connect multiple carrier accounts for yourself or maybe your 3PL, you can do that today. That's totally fine. The upgraded order reports are going to be launched in the next couple of weeks. And seller set holidays are coming in November. We're trying to get it a little bit earlier, but they're telling me it's November for now. So with all of that, you'll be ready just in time for the holiday season to set your, if you're going to be out any of these days. And as I mentioned, Amazon Easy Ship, we're launching it right now for shipments from China to the US, and it's coming for domestic shipments in the US early next year. With that said, to wrap it all up, I'll turn it back over to D'Angelo, who's going to walk through some of the upgrades for the post-order operations.
All right, so last of all, let's explore the new launches that we've made to our post-order operations. Our returns process was previously fragmented, involving multiple screens and pages to complete basic tasks. Since then, we've launched the Returns and Recovery Insights and Opportunities experience, serving as your one-stop shop for end-to-end returns management, from returns to refunds to recovery to ASIN-level metrics and recommendations. If you navigate to the Returns Insights tab, you'll be able to filter metrics by channel, time period, and ASIN. And if you want to take a deeper dive into each of your ASINs, you'll be able to do so in just a few clicks. There, you'll be able to see ASIN-level data that allows you to root cause the reason for returns, whether it's sizing, images, or quality issues, with suggested actions to be updated in your product listings and address the return-related issues. If you're selling on FBA, you have access to the recovery tab where you can see your monthly sales data for your recovered items. I'll leave this up in case anyone wants to take more photos. Great. Insights and Opportunities is live today in the US, and I encourage you to get started. So go ahead and check it out. If you have additional questions about this, the returns booth is downstairs, and you can go and see the team there if you have any more questions. All right, so we've covered a lot of ground, and we've talked about quite a bit of things, from listing products, as well as all of the upgrades that we've made to the automated transit times, as well as fulfilling orders, order reports, Amazon Easy Ship, and we've just kind of thrown a lot of things at you, and we've also taken you through the post-order experience. So if you have more questions, come and see us at our booth, and we'll be happy to answer them. And I know today is the last day of Accelerate, so if you're heading out today, please come see us at our booth. We have what we call a order snapshot that is basically a one-pager cheat sheet for your business where you can see opportunities for you to grow and then just gain additional insights. Also, if you have some feedback about any of our products, come see us at our booth, and we'll pair you with one of our subject matter experts so you can connect with us that way.